Have you ever felt someone's presence before they even spoke a word? Have you ever caught a glance that lingered, saying everything without saying anything? And have you ever wondered, what if love doesn't always shout, but whispers softly through silence and small signs? There are moments in life when words fall short, when a look, a touch, or a simple gesture conveys more than any confession ever could. Maybe you felt that eerie, intimate connection with someone, a bond you couldn't quite explain. It's as if their soul recognized yours, even when their lips said nothing. Have you ever noticed someone remembering little things about you that even you forgot? Your favorite snack, that story you told once in passing, or how you hate cold coffee but love the smell of it. These aren't just coincidences. When love is real, it doesn't always enter the room with flowers and grand speeches. Sometimes it shows up in the quiet, in the things they notice, the time they give, the space they hold for you. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in modern psychology, believed that love often operates beneath the surface of awareness. Real love, soul-level love, is not always conscious. It lives in the unconscious, woven into patterns of behavior, expressions, even hesitation. When someone secretly loves you, their feelings don't simply vanish because they're unspoken. Instead, those emotions find other ways to make themselves known. Often in subtle, unconscious behaviors, the person may not even realize they're displaying. And if you can recognize these hidden signals, you may discover something powerful, that someone might love you more deeply than you ever dared to believe. Let's begin with one of the most fascinating clues: mirroring. Have you ever noticed someone starting to use your favorite phrases, picking up your quirks, or laughing at things only you find funny? This isn't just mimicry. When someone feels emotionally close to you, their subconscious begins to sync with yours. They mirror your expressions, tone, even interests. Not because they're trying to impress you, but because their mind is naturally aligning with yours. This mirroring is not a conscious act. It's a deeply ingrained psychological response, an unspoken dance between two minds trying to find harmony. The brain, especially when emotionally engaged, instinctively mirrors those we feel close to. It's a silent, almost invisible declaration of emotional connection. But love is rarely simple, is it? Sometimes the ones who love you most are also the ones who pull away when they feel too much. They may become distant, avoid eye contact, or seem oddly indifferent, just when the connection feels strongest. Why? Because love stirs the shadow. Jung believed that within every person lies a shadow self, the part of us that hides our deepest fears, desires, and emotional truths. When someone isn't ready to confront these truths, they may instinctively create distance. They fear being too vulnerable, too exposed, or worse, not loved back. So instead of leaning in, they retreat. But ironically, the more they try to suppress their feelings, the more their behavior reveals them. Have you ever felt confused by someone's mixed signals? One moment they seem drawn to you, the next they push you away? That's not randomness. That's fear wearing the mask of indifference. And then there's another curious way love sneaks through: teasing. When someone frequently jokes with you, challenges you, or even plays harmless pranks, it might seem lighthearted, but underneath the laughter may lie a tender truth. According to Jungian psychology, humor is often the unconscious mind's outlet for expressing feelings too vulnerable to say out loud. So when someone keeps finding reasons to engage with you, even through sarcasm or playful banter, it might be more than fun. It might be their way of staying emotionally close, without risking the pain of confession. Love in its truest form doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it hides in glances, in echoes, in silences filled with meaning. And now that you've seen how love can hide in mirroring, fear, and teasing, let's go deeper, because there are more signs, quieter signs. And in the next part, You'll learn how even someone's silence can speak volumes. In the previous part, we explored how true affection often hides in silence through unconscious mirroring, quiet retreats, and playful teasing. Now let's dive even deeper into the subtle signs that someone may love you without ever saying a word. One of the most revealing yet often overlooked signs of hidden love is this. They remember the little things about you. Maybe you once casually mentioned your favorite childhood movie or a book that touched your heart. Maybe you shared a passing thought about something you loved, and then months later they bring it up. That's not just a good memory. That's care. When we love someone, even their smallest words become etched in our subconscious. Things others might brush off, we hold on to, because everything about that person becomes meaningful. They don't just listen to you. They absorb your words like treasured fragments of who you are. And then there are the eyes, the most ancient language of the heart. Have you ever caught someone looking at you when they thought you weren't watching? Maybe from across the room, or during a conversation you were having with someone else. Their gaze lingers just a moment too long, filled with emotion, until they quickly look away. According to Carl Jung, our subconscious desires often slip through in those brief, unguarded moments. A person who secretly loves you might never say it aloud, but their eyes will speak the truth their lips are too afraid to confess. Listening is a skill, but when someone secretly loves you, they become artists of listening. Unlike most people who simply wait their turn to respond, someone who cares deeply listens to understand. They notice the subtle shift in your tone, sense the sadness behind your smile, and recall things you don't even remember saying. Their presence in your conversations is not about manners. It's emotional investment. They care not because they have to, but because your words matter to them in ways they can't quite explain. True love doesn't always show up in bold declarations. Often it whispers through the smallest acts of kindness. The way someone checks if you've eaten, senses your exhaustion without a word, or quietly makes sure you're comfortable. They don't try to impress you with grand gestures. They simply show up, constantly quietly, looking out for you in ways that seem small, but speak volumes. Carl Jung's psychology teaches us this. The soul knows what the mind is too afraid to admit. So if you've ever felt like someone had feelings for you but lacked the courage to express them, don't just listen to their words. Watch their actions. Pay attention to the pauses, the glances, the unspoken kindness. Because love, real love, always leaves traces. Sometimes all you need to do is open your eyes, and you might realize someone loves you far more than you ever imagined. And now let me ask you, have you ever felt that someone loved you, but they were too afraid to say it? Or have you ever been the one hiding your feelings, unsure of whether or not to speak up? We'd love to hear your story. Share your thoughts in the comments below, because your experience might be the exact thing someone else needs to hear today. And if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Daily Stoic for more soulful content on love, emotions, and inner growth. In the next part, we'll explore something just as powerful. What happens when you are the one keeping love a secret, and how to finally find the courage to face it.